Why your 401k might not be enough. Is the 401k still the best place for your retirement money? The 401k wasn't originally designed to replace pensions. In the late 1970s, a benefits consultant named Ted Benna helped interpret a section of the IRS tax code, Section 401k, that allowed employees to defer compensation into retirement accounts. At the time, traditional pensions were starting to disappear. Companies were looking for a cheaper, more predictable alternative to lifetime pension payouts. So the 401k was adopted as a supplemental savings tool. But over time, something major happened. It stopped being supplemental, and it became the primary retirement system for millions of Americans. Instead of companies guaranteeing retirement income, employees were handed the responsibility and the risk. Now here's why it's still the most recommended retirement account today. It reduces your taxable income now. Employers often match contributions. It's simple and automated, and it shifts long-term liability away from corporations. From an employer's standpoint, it's efficient. From a tax standpoint, it's attractive upfront. But here's the question most people don't ask. Does tax-deferred always mean tax-efficient? And is a market-based tax-deferred account with limited liquidity and future tax uncertainty the best long-term strategy on its own? The 401k isn't bad. It's a tool. But tools should be evaluated based on today's environment. And today, we face record national debt, uncertain future tax rates, market volatility, and longer life expectancies. So the real question becomes, should the 401k be your only retirement strategy, or should it be one piece of a larger, more tax-diversified plan? Today, we're going to break that down. Let's start with the two biggest risks in a 401k or traditional IRA. First, market risk. Your 401k is invested in mutual funds, ETFs, stocks, and bonds. If the market drops 20 to 30% near retirement, your account drops 20 to 30%. And if that happens right before or during retirement, sequence of returns risk can permanently impact your income potential. Now layer on tax risk. Traditional 401ks and IRAs are tax-deferred, not tax-free. That means you get a deduction today, but every dollar you withdraw in retirement is taxed as ordinary income, not capital gains. Income. And depending on where tax rates are in the future and what state you live in, combined retirement taxes can potentially approach 40 to 50% over time when you factor in federal income tax, state tax, Medicare premium increases, and taxation of Social Security. So you're exposed to market volatility while building it, tax volatility while spending it. That's double exposure. Now let's talk about liquidity. Most retirement accounts are locked until age 59 and a half. If you access them early, you typically face a 10% penalty plus income tax. That could mean losing 30 to 40% immediately. Even 401k loans must be repaid on strict schedules. If you leave your job, the balance can become taxable. Then, later in life, required minimum distributions force you to withdraw money and pay taxes whether you need the income or not. That's not flexible income, that's regulated income. Another issue most people never calculate is fees. Expense ratios, management fees, administrative costs. Even 1 to 2% annually over decades can significantly reduce long-term results due to compounding. Most people focus on market returns. Very few calculate fee drag. Now let's do simple math. If you want to pay yourself $1,000 per week in retirement, that's $52,000 per year. Over 25 years, that's about $1.3 million before inflation. The average American nearing retirement has roughly $180,000 after taxes. That doesn't produce sustainable income. So the real question becomes, how many tax-free income streams are you building? Enter cash flow insurance. Cash flow insurance is a permanent life insurance policy, often in an IUL or specially structured whole life designed for maximum cash accumulation, not maximum death benefit. We minimize insurance cost, we maximize cash value growth within IRS guidelines. Unlike a 401k, there's no IRS age restriction to access your cash value. And in an indexed policy, your growth can be linked to a market index with a built-in floor, meaning your credited growth won't go negative due to market losses. That reduces downside volatility exposure. How tax-free retirement works. Here's the key. Instead of withdrawing money and triggering taxes, you borrow against your policy. Policy loans are not considered taxable income under current IRS rules when structured properly. So you can design a stream of income in retirement that is not subject to income tax, not counted towards Social Security taxation thresholds, not increasing Medicare premium brackets. That's what creates a pension-type income stream, owned by you, controlled by you. Replace or diversify. Now let's be balanced. For many people, capturing employer match in a 401k makes sense. That's free money. But beyond that, it may make sense to diversify. Build taxable accounts, tax-deferred accounts, and tax-free accounts. For high-income earners or business owners, cash flow insurance can sometimes become a primary retirement vehicle. For most families, it becomes a powerful complement. The goal isn't abandoning tools, it's building tax flexibility. Retirement is about control. The 401k was never designed to carry the entire weight of American retirement. It's a tool, but it carries market risk, tax risk, liquidity restrictions, and forced distributions. Cash flow insurance, when structured correctly, can provide tax-advantaged growth, tax-free income potential, liquidity without age penalties, and legacy protection. Retirement isn't about hoping taxes stay low, it's about building systems that give you options, because the more control you have over your income, the less control the IRS has over you. If you want to see whether this strategy fits your situation, schedule a free 15-minute financial snapshot call with one of our licensed advisors at River Rock Financial. You can find the link in the description below. We'll walk you through your options and show you what's possible based on your specific goals. Because generational wealth isn't about luck, it's about strategy. And strategy changes everything. Plan today, protect tomorrow. Peace of mind always.